Welcome back. So hopefully by looking through that article, it might have jogged your memory and helped you remember where you've heard this name Somaliland before. But this article sort of centers around a unique and special lady from Somaliland. Her name is Hafsa Omer, and she is a basketball player with big dreams. She plays for an all-girls basketball team in Somaliland, and she's very proud. She posts videos of herself and her team online on TikTok. She has her own account, which is quite popular. She's often seen draped in her country's flag and sort of talking about Somaliland. And she has a big dream of playing basketball with her team on the international stage. But now you've noticed what the big problem is. Somaliland is not recognized as a nation by most of the rest of the world. Most countries consider Somaliland to be a part of Somalia. But as you read, in 1991, that part of Somalia declared its own independence. It organized its own government, its own public services, its own school systems, its own taxes, even its own currency. And 1991, so that's what, 30?
Keep on going.
33 years ago. So they've been doing their own thing for 33 years, but still remain officially unrecognized. So again, through her TikTok posts, through her basketball, Hafsa is trying to promote information about her country. Maybe she can catch the attention of more and more people. They will learn about this issue. They might encourage their governments to support the recognition of Somaliland as its own separate nation. One of the reasons for one of the recent conflicts that brought Somaliland into the news was a little kerfuffle involving Ethiopia, which is its landlocked neighbor nation. And Ethiopia, not having a port, it wanted a port access to trade, and Somaliland offered port access if you will recognize us officially as a nation, which really upset Somalia to the south. And Somalia ended up getting involved and then basically forcing Ethiopia to use their port instead of Somaliland's port to avoid them officially recognizing them as an independent nation. So that was a bit of a squabble fairly recently. And I suppose what's keeping Somalia occupied at the moment is they're having repeated problems and sort of insurgency with Al-Qaeda members. They're causing a lot of disruption. So there's a lot of unrest and conflict, which is sort of disrupting Somalia's systems and taking all their resources and attention at the moment. So that about wraps up the little bits and bobs of information. So now we all know a little bit more about this unrecognized nation.
Finally.
So here's my question, John, and for you guys too. This is a good one. If Somalia has declared independence and established its government, its territory, and got its currency and everything's organized, why is it not considered a country? Why is it unrecognized still?
Why? Why? Answer now. If you don't want to answer, you just want to listen, I'll take a stab at it.
Take a stab at it, John.
Basically, you can scream all you want as an independent nation, but you won't become an actual legitimate nation without power. And this is diplomatic or international power. You can take your passport, your Somaliland passport, and go to neighboring Djibouti and be like, let me in. And they're like, what's Somaliland? Goodbye. If you don't have the power to travel overseas, especially, or the power to get diplomats to come to and from your nation. These are kind of like, I guess you could say, milestones for an independent, internationally recognized independent nation. Then you're just not going to have power. So yeah, you can be an independent country with your own government and be perfect. And then all you are is an island in an international community that cannot leave. And so, yeah, you need to get recognition, which is why their offer to Ethiopia was quite important. Although Ethiopia is not like the strongest nation in the world, it's one more person on their side.
Yeah, I think that was the the non-cynical version of the answer. I was going to give a much more cynical version, which is
they don't have enough resources to make people care.
Okay. There's another much more cynical answer. But I was thinking that, well, a lot of big, powerful nations and small, not so powerful nations like the UK have parts of their nation that would really like to declare independence.
Oh.
And we do not want other nations, Scotland, Wales, we don't want other nations to recognize Scotland as an independent nation without our permission. Yeah. So if we do it to Somalia, then they'll do it to us, and others may follow suit. So I think this is the biggest stumbling block, in my opinion.
It could be one of them, yeah. That's true. The question was, I was going from Somaliland side. We'll go for there. Yes, I think you're right, though. There's a lot of that, too.
So I guess I've already mentioned one example, but do you think there are parts of other countries that would like to declare independence?
This is, we mentioned a couple of the more famous cases. Texas wanted it a while ago.
Oh, yes.
Texas was like, we're done with America. We want our own independent country. I mean, it was basically a joke, but in the end, a lot of people were serious, but a joke meaning it could never happen. But yeah, there's places all across
Quebec?
the world. Yeah. That want.
They've had a couple of votes, haven't they? Failed.
It just hasn't gone anywhere. Ireland, I guess, kind of in a way. Yeah. Let's see. A lot of cases out there. And I think people who feel like they have a collective nature together, they want their own area and land to develop that collective nature.
Oh my God, Palestine.
Yep.
They want their piece of land.
Yeah. Actually, thanks to a lot of the colonizers or people who have gone through that Middle Eastern area, a lot of the Middle East is broken up in ways that are not quite fitting to the people groups of the area.
Oh, definitely.
So I'm sure in maybe 1,000 years, Middle East is going to look very different than it is now, than it does now. That's the correct grammar. Listen to my second one, not to my first one.
Good job, English teacher. Speaking of English teaching, let's go down and check out the vocabulary section. Try to catch a few of these new words and insert them into your everyday speaking. And come and see us in the next article. Bye-bye.
Dribble.
Dribble.
Clatter.
Clatter.
Incipient.
Incipient.
Sovereignty.
Sovereignty.
Row.
Row.